Is franchising risky?
Is franchising risk? You bet franchising is risky because small business startup, small business ownership is risky. So, yes, is there risk involved? You bet there's risk involved. Financial risk, lifestyle risk. Yes. But what we teach when you work with us is an informed decision process. And so we want to take what your perceptions are about business ownership, about particular businesses, and turn that perception into knowledge using an informed decision process. Ray, what is an informed decision process? Let's go a little bit deeper into that because it answers the question, how do you mitigate risk?
How do you mitigate risk? How do you understand risk?
How
An
do you
informed,
understand it?
an informed decision process is a step-by-step process to understand and evaluate anything. In this case, it's our informed decision process is about business ownership. And it takes into account, you need to learn about a business, understand the business, understand the risks involved. It also takes the element out of getting sold, right? We all have the fear of getting sold. If anyone's ever walked into a car dealership and someone with, commission breath ran up to you, you know what I'm talking about. The informed decision process is a step-by-step process that you can go through to learn. So it's really a learning process. I remember I was answering this question the other day from Amanda, and Amanda was asking about, is it risky to do a business or a franchise? And my first part of the answer was, yeah, it's risky. Just like it's risky to cross the street, just like it's risky not to own it. Like there's risk involved. So you need to understand the risk, understand what the risks are, understand what you're trying to do. If you want to cross the street, you're going to take the risk or you're going to evaluate the risk and understand the risk. In the business process, in the franchising process, in this point, it's about learning everything you can about the business. I call it connecting the dots. But you need to have a process. You don't want to do willy-nilly. Like if you're just, boy, I like cupcakes, therefore I'm going to get a cupcake franchise because I like cupcakes. Don't like that as much. That is risky because you're not doing the homework. Do the homework, connect the dots, and then understand who you are, what your skills are, taking that informed decision so that you can then understand and make it, quite honestly, controlling risk, mitigating risk, understanding the risk. Does that make sense, Tara?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And Ray and I have learned over the years that beyond that question, the underlying concern is I don't want to gamble my life savings.
Yeah.
And we don't want you to gamble your life savings. The informed decision process is designed to help you turn over every stone, ask every question, look in every corner, talk to a lot of franchisees, talk to franchisors, understand the process. And that's really what we do is we guide you step by step through that process. We don't want you to gamble. It should not be a gamble. It should be an informed investment decision where you know what you're getting into.
One last thing, Tara, to expand upon what you just said is it's evaluating the risk, understanding the risk. Terry, you're famous for saying success leaves clues, right?
Success leaves clues.
You say
Absolutely.
that you say that all the time. Well, risk leaves clues too.
Failure leaves clues.
Failure leaves clues. So when someone asks me about whether it's risky, as I was telling Amanda the other day, understand and look for some of the clues. She brought up to me a business that deals with a certain aspect of men's health. And she'd read 600 units in 14, 16 months. And, they're growing, but not a whole lot opened. And she goes, is that risky? And I was like, well, 614 months and not a whole bunch opened. There's risks there, right? Understand what the risks are. Do they have the capacity to open them? There's clues there to look at and to understand. And I'm not saying you don't do a business like that, but you need to understand it. And those kind of clues, those risk profiles come out. So my last word on this, Tara, would be that the risk is something that it's always there, but there's a risk for not doing anything as well, right?
Mhm.
There's a risk for that. So you need to, first of all, identify the risk, evaluate the risk, and then be able, through the informed decision process, to control, mitigate the risk, or leave the risk alone. Sometimes it tells you to say, hey, not that one.